Although this is like one who suffers doing. So what's really being said here? Make sure you have enough coconuts. We definitely have something like have coconuts enough. I think we can actually use the coconut. And then I think we want to capture this, make sure you have enough. Hi YouTube. I'm here in cool mode with you today. We are going to be working on our analytic family. We are going to be continuing what we did last time. So if you haven't seen the rest of the videos, go check them out at some point. But we're going to be continuing along, and we are going to be making some translations of proverbs. And we're basically going to be grinding out some grammar and vocabulary as we go. So without further ado, let us go to the side webcam and take a look at what we have so far. So thank you to all of you for submitting or sending in some cool proverbs, which we have started to, where do they start? They start about, let's just add another line there so we can see. Don't judge a fruit by its peel. The sea causes all souls to go free. A single gust of wind is enough to turn a boat from a storm to the harbor. And then ask the experienced rather than the learned. So we have a few proverbs here. We've got a few more to do, and we're learning a lot about the language as we go. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. There we go. And maybe we can get a 125% zoom going here. And I'm going to see if I can play with some word wrap magic so that you can see everything. Yeah, okay. Cool. So one thing that I thought, I had second thoughts about the word order here. I think instead of having the sea, so kusli tam sresli kalnok, so the sea causes to freedom all souls. I think we might want to have something more like the sea causes all souls to go to freedom or to go free. And so I think that works a little bit better. Another thing I was thinking about for this language, so we have this within the sort of the nominal realm, we have this head initial order. So something like where is it? Oh yeah, kalnok. So all souls all. And so I think we should continue this. The one thing we are going to be adding, I think, will be something to some kind of determiners. I think this language should have determiners because we have a very flexible word class system shaping up anyway. And I think it will be nice to have some kind of syntactic means of, or morphosyntactic means of determining whether we're dealing with a morpheme in its noun use or in its verbal use in any given situation. So I think we may need to use some kind of determiners, some kind of article system. I was thinking of some Polynesian languages which have proper versus common nouns encoded in the article system. So you have a different article for proper nouns versus common nouns, proper nouns being things like names. And so we might be able to work with that. These are just some things that occurred to me as I was, I had my head on the pillow and I was thinking, as I often do, I think we probably all often do, how can we improve our conlangs as we're drifting off to sleep? And so that's what occurred to me. Okay, let's see. What do we have to do? Actions speak louder than words. Oh, Zachary points out proper, definite, indefinite. Yes, this is, I like this system. I'm going to write this down up here actually. So proper versus definite versus indefinite would be cool. Actually, the what's it called? Sorry, you're going to have to bear with me today. My brain is still in kind of post-migraine state, and so the gears turn slowly. There are some interesting complications with what's going on with those determiners in, or let's just say, let's be a little more pre-theoretical and say those articles in Polynesian languages. And I think that there are some differences between or among them. I did, in my very earliest days of linguistics, I worked with Diane Massam on Niuean, and we were looking at this paradigm for Niuean, and yeah, cool stuff going on. Cool stuff. Logan, oh, interesting. So Logan says that there's a proposed linguistic universal that flexible word class systems must be associated with isolating morphology. Well, I guess we wouldn't be bucking the trend here, but it's interesting that you're working on a project that sort of takes that and tries to show a different way. Very cool. Okay, so let's do a little translation. So actions speak louder than words, and here we may actually end up getting a chance to use our article system. But let's hold off for now, and let's just give a brief translation. So actions. Do we have a word to do? I don't want to translate this too literally, but maybe it's something like, I'll just do a free translation into English, or a rephrasing. Doing is maybe worth more, or is more valuable than saying, as a first way to approach this. Then maybe we can come up with a more idiomatic way, but let's get the grammar sorted out first. So doing, we can just use our sra to do. Do we have say or speak? No, nothing like that. So we'll need a new verb. Oh, that's a tasty citation. Thank you, Logan. Okay, so doing, so sra, let's just do something like valuable. I think the way we're doing it in this language is something more like have value, exceed, say. Something like this. So sra hu. I don't think we have anything for value yet. For exceed, we have our kind of comparative, our grammaticalized comparative construction, which comes from this verb meaning to cross or surpass. And then we need something for say. So let's just make sure we don't have anything for value or worth. No. Okay. And say. So let's take a look at our big list of word forms that we've been using. We'll come back to this and we can come up with, are we sure? We didn't have something for say, right? Because we just translated this North Wind in the Sun passage. I suppose no one actually says anything in it. Alas, okay. We'll go back and we'll make something up. So what can we do? Maybe, what if it's something like sla, and then we have a nice rhyme Sra hu something que sla. That would work. And I like nice compact word for to say. Okay, let's see. Then value. We could do something like moal. Humoal. Did we use moal already? Not that. Oh yeah, we did. It seems that I'm attracted to certain forms in this list. I don't know what it is. Be in time. I mean, I don't object to having homophony, but maybe we'll do something instead like noal. So then we'd have something like sra hunwal quesla. And here we are just essentially treating these verbs as event nominalizations. Doing has value exceeding saying. I think that works for now until we start to play with these articles. Very good. Okay, sra hunwal quesla. Maybe we can do something. We can make a variation of this so that we get more chance to play with grammar. So what about we could do sort of like an agent nominalization in English. So we have this headless relative construction we've been using. One who does has value exceeding one who says. So then we have this relative marker. That works too. Asra hunwal quesla. What if we had a kind of patient nominalization? I'd like a different particle for that. I'm kind of thinking of classical Chinese here. Like with that swole construction, if anyone's familiar with that. I believe that comes diachronically from a noun meaning place. So we could use that. I have to make sure I'm on the right tab here so I can see people from Twitch as well as from YouTube. I don't know why that's not default. So well, we have a verb meaning to suffer, don't we? Tra. So we could do something like atrasra, although this is like one who suffers doing, one to whom things are done. I don't think we want the malefactive passive. I think we want something more gentle, more positive. So maybe there's something like receive that we can use. Something like that, and we can gloss this as passive. With the meaning of what is done has value exceeding what is said. And so we just need a form for that. Okay. I don't think we have anything like this. Nope. Okay, so let's make some more forms. Something I think light We want something light. Maybe something like maybe something like pa. And then I'm thinking what we could do, we could have something, yes, we could have apasra hunwalque apasla. But maybe we don't need the relative marker when we use this this morphology, and we can just have something like we can gloss this as passive relative pasra hunwalque pasla. Maybe. I don't know, Chad, what do you think? Does that seem of interest? Possessed, going to a passive noun. So would that be, Zachary, do you have in mind something like, yeah, what exactly do you have in mind there? I think my brain is moving too slowly for to be able to get away without examples. Receive, passive, relative passive. I do see Twitch's chat more so now because the way that this is set up, it just defaults to YouTube, and then sometimes the Twitch chat passes me by, but now I can see it if I have the right thing up because I'm competent. Eventually. Yeah, I'm on the right tab. Sorry. Okay. So did I miss something from the Twitch chat? Because for some reason, when I haven't switched to the tab yet, and if I switch to it later, it doesn't show me the history. Possessed nouns can lose agency. Do we have a solution for possession yet? I don't think we do we? Oh, we just are marking it null. So we have a kind of a null genitive where we just have possessum, possessor order, and that's how we express it. Interesting. Okay. Well, Zachary, if you put in a little example of how it might look beforehand or how it might look after, maybe we can figure out how to add that. Yeah, Raven. Sorry, I'll see it now, but there are the software to do this is not very good, to be honest, and it's sometimes I miss stuff. So I'll see it when I look at the replay, but unfortunately there's no way for me to go back now and see it. I know, it's so sad. Poor Twitch people. Yeah, but absolutely do try Twitch. Maybe if Lucy saw, she can copy me those text thingies, but yeah. Thank you again also somewhat preemptively for bearing with me today because I'm moving at about half speed. Okay, so I'm going to leave that then and move on to this that's next proverb. Make sure you have enough coconuts. So what's really being said here? I think we can actually use the coconut because that's good for this protoculture. So we definitely have something like have coconuts enough. And then I think we want to capture this, make sure you have enough. So how could we do that? We could say something like, maybe say something that know that you have enough coconuts, or know that you will have enough coconuts. Do we have a verb to know? Yeah, maybe this is the ship combo having some sort of a modal meaning here. So like something like should or must. We can narrow that down soon. So you could say you should have coconuts enough. And we need a form for should, and I think we need a form for coconuts, but we have the rest. Oh, I don't think we have you. You should, who is have. Do we have a word for coconut yet? I don't think so. No. But we do have a word for enough, I'm pretty sure. Enough. Yes, barus. So let's come up with a second person pronoun. Probably not going to care about number marking because we don't seem to care about it anywhere else. And let's see. Let's find a nice light form for that. Maybe something like ga. That could be nice. And then let's come up with this form for coconut and should. I kind of want coconut to be dude. I like that, dude. And then should could be something like sweep. And one thing to keep in mind is that at this point we're more or less pulling things out of thin air, but once we start going into the descendants, we'll have a lot more kind of fun derivations. We just need to come up with this first raw material, this first raw kind of phonological material that's going to be associated with some of these core meanings, and then we can kind of snowball from there. So then we would have something like ga sweep hu dud barus. Ga sweep hu dud barus. I like the way that sounds. All right. Okay, Raven. Thank you. Can we get away with using the same word for say and speak? I mean, I think we can. Whether we will or not, remains to be seen. Let's keep it underspecified for now between the two, and then if we feel the desire, we can maybe use reduplication, or we can derive something, or we can invent a new root. Yeah, I left that there. Interesting. Yeah, let's leave this for now as extending to both meanings. All right. Gaswip hudud barus. Okay, this is going to be a fun one. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Okay, let's try and figure out how we're going to do this. What is a jack of all trades? One who knows, or one who can do many things. Can do many. And how do we say but not well? Can do many. Okay, let's be super literal, and I think we can have a bit more fun with it first, but can do many not well. Surpass. Oh, we need our relative marker here. One who can do many things not well. Often can not do one well. So here's our subject. One who can do many things not well often cannot do one. I guess I'm not saying thing. Maybe we don't need to. Often cannot do one well, but often surpass one who can do one well. Yeah, I think this will do. Okay. And for some reason, when I have the multi-stream chat up, it doesn't auto-scroll. Okay. One who knows all things ends up knowing no things, but he might surpass one who knows one thing. Yeah, how do we get this ends up meaning? We're getting a lot of mileage out of our surpass word in these proverbs. I guess the proverbs are very concerned with what's better. Doing one thing's better than another. One sort of person's better than another. This seems to be a core concern of these proverbs. Yeah, so we could do something like often arrives so we have this. How are we going to fit all this on the screen? Let's split these clauses. Okay, so who can do many things or know many things? We can say know because we've been talking about knowing. Okay, so let's take this step by step. Thank you for the suggestions. Sorry, Zachary, you're saying loud or quieter. Is that a reference to something I'm doing to the audio? Am I moving away from the mic? Let me know. I will be mindful of this. Okay, so what do we have for... So I think if we are using no instead of do, we don't have to have this can in here. Okay, so then we have something like ah. What's our verb to know? Come on, we did have something. We did have something to know, right? Ah. So we have this interesting one who has heard much. Interesting. I mean, I like this one who has much hearing or who has heard much. But I don't think that's really what we want here. I think we want a verb that means to know. Oh, okay, super. I'm just very paranoid about introducing technical bugs. Okay. So let's come up with a little verb to know in our generated list. Maybe something like tal. That's kind of nice. So we could have something like atal. And what's many? Many is tap. Atal tap. So one who knows many, understood many things. Atal tap tar, negative. And well is going to be our word for good. Do we have a word for good yet? We don't. So this is going to be fun. We have to make this a good one. We have to make this something really tasty. What's it going to be? What about naran? Atal tap tar naran. Good. Then we need to handle often. We need to handle arrive, unless we've already done it. No, we have not. Often arrive, and then we can atal tar tap. We don't need do in here. Atal tar tap dru naran. And then, okay, so we'll put this in bold so that you know you can easily see what it is. And then, but, I don't think we have any kind of but or and yet. Oh, we have and. Maybe we can, there's really not a huge difference between and but, logically speaking, so let's make this underspecified, because also remember this is going to be the proto-language, so we're going to be able, it's nice to put in some of these indeterminacies so that we can have one branch take one path and one another. So then ma, often, que, and then a, tap, dru, naran. Okay, so we have three things we need to, actually 2 words we need to come up with, often and arrive. Thank you. Wait. I need to okay, I need to catch up. Sorry. Everything is going kind of in slow motion right now for my brain. Zachary, please don't you apologize, because if you have to apologize, then I have to apologize 10 times. No, everything is good. So the second clause in brackets shouldn't have tap. Okay, let's reconstruct why this is, just so that I am staying on top. So tal is no. top is much. So we do not need much in this clause. As Ship Combo points out, thank you so much for that. And similarly, this should be tar, not top. Oh, sorry, tal. Oh my goodness, this is turning into a tongue twister. And then there is the question. We have come up with something that means at last. Okay, Raven, thank you. This can be used in the place of to end up. So where is our at last? Oh yeah, we still need to come up with this superlative marker. Okay, I need to consult some... I have to consult whether I've done anything about this yet. I have not. I've been putting it off. And so let's just do it. Let's come up with... Oops. Apologies. Get out of the way. That is not supposed to come up there. I don't know how to I just do not know how to use Windows. That's my big issue. But hopefully the days of streaming on Windows will not last too much longer, because I got a new MacBook and that'll soon be set up. So I'm happy about that. Okay, so if I open this here, thank you for showing up on the correct screen. And then we need to look up superlative. I'm just looking up in my copy of the World Lexicon of Grammaticalization, a very classic reference work. So we want a superlative. So it's listed in here. We have all. All is used as a superlative, or forms a superlative. So something like surpassing all. So then bakal que, and what's our word for all? It is nok. So at last becomes bakal que nok. So we have blah, blah, blah surpassing all. So then let's find out. Let's try and keep ourselves on track. Bakal. So this is really at last. Bakal que nok. And bakal que nok. Okay. So then, whether we want to use this whole phrase, I don't think so. But we can just use the word to end, meaning to come to an end. To end, to arrive. Bakal. And then we just need often. I think that is going to do the trick. So we don't need a separate root for arrive. Let's find out what we have for often. I want a sesquisyllable. What about something like parit? We have a lot to do, Raven points out. We do have a lot to do. Goodness gracious. Okay, what do we think about this? Go back. Atal tap tar naran, parit bakal atar. Okay, wait, you can do it, Colin. You can do it. Atal tap tar naran, parit bakal atar. Oh, every single time. This is painful. Atal tap tar naran, Parit bakal atal tar dru naran. Ma parit kwe atal dru naran. It's gonna pat myself on the back for that. That took a few tries. It's indicative of my mental state right now, how many tries that took. Okay. But I like it. I like this a lot. Oh, Violet, thank you for the form. Let's use that. We don't have any uvulars in this language, but we could do something like bukak. And we'll use that for something else because we have another proverb to translate. So, dead birds do not eat. Save your seeds and you'll be full. Excellent. Okay. So, how are we going to translate this? I think we have a lot of what we need. So, bird, dead, negative imperative, eat. Save, seed, and something. We need some sort of a future. I think we should have some kind of grammaticalized, maybe go to. We can use that. So go to full. And go away link. I hate this link feature. How do I get rid of that? I love how it removes the link, but it just keeps this random formatting because obviously that's the natural thing you want, right? Okay. I just can't stand that there. I just have to. Oh, and you arrive at fullness. I like this. Okay. So this is going to be our arrive word, so it's going to be bakal. So what do we have here? We don't have anything for bird. We don't have anything for dead. We do have a negative imperative, which is tarsu. I swear if you... Okay. I don't think we have eat. No. We don't have eat. We don't have save or seed, but we do have arrive. We do have and bakal. And we do have full, which is our word that means enough, barus. Bakal barus. All right. We've got a few words to do here. For now, abstract nouns can stand by themselves. I want to read what Logan sent to refresh myself on article systems. This is, I think we have the potential to do something really cool, but I'd like to have a little more up-to-date information rather than vague memories that go back like a decade. So that's the plan there. The eat is meant to be imperative. So we have tarasu, which is our negative imperative form. Where is that? Here it is, tarasu. So it's the negative plus su, which is the verb to want. So it means do not want. Okay. Yes, so it's don't eat dead birds, but the way I understood it here is that dead birds is topicalized. So as for dead birds, don't eat them. So we're talking about dead birds already. Dead birds are the ones you shouldn't eat. So then in that case, that's why it doesn't show up in its normal post-verb position. All right. So we have pukak here, which Violet sent in as a form, and I think that this could be a nice form for bird, potentially onomatopoeic actually. Pukak, pukak, right? So I'm loving it for that. Oops, nope, bird should be first. What am I doing? So let's come up with a suitably scary word for dead. And we have maybe something like dras. That sounds scary. That sounds kind of Halloween-y. Dras. Pukak dras. Tarsu. And then the word for eat. Okay, we need a form for eat. I kind of like this wa, because it evokes feelings in me of, wah. I don't know. It just feels like someone's eating something, wah, wah. So let's add that in. Pukaktras tarsungwa. Save seeds. Oh, I understand. Zachary, don't feed. Don't make them eat. Interesting. Dead birds do not eat anything. Oh, this makes a lot more sense. Okay, well, then it's not an imperative in that case. We can just say they don't eat. Tarngwa. Although I think it's also a good idea not to eat just random dead birds that you find. So there's some, this is a PSA. Hi, everyone. I'm Colin Gorey. I'd like to talk to you about not eating dead birds that you find on the side of the road. Because that's everyone's problem. Everyone has to do their part, right? Okay. Bukak dras tarngwa. Save seeds. And actually, now that I have this explanation, this proverb makes a lot more sense to me. All right. Save your seeds and arrive full. So let's add in what we've done so that we don't forget, which is totally something that I would do. And then save seed. Maybe this is going to be something like hold, retain, this kind of meaning. And then seed, well, that's fairly clear. Okay, so what do we have? What can we use? Maybe for hold, we could say dwan. And for seed, what about sui? Dwan sui. Yeah. So something like dwan sui. Extra you got in there somehow. Pukaktras tarngwa. Dwan sui ma bakal barus. Ooh, I don't mind that. Violet says I'm soft. Maybe so. I do have to wear a hat so I don't get blinded by the light here. So if the shoe fits, right? Okay. Where are we? Oh, wow. How on earth has an hour passed? I'll stop this segment, then we'll move on and we'll do some naming. YouTube. I'm just going to say goodbye to YouTube first before we do that. YouTube, thank you so much for joining me and my absurdly dilated pupils. And thank you so much for bearing with the, 50% mental energy version of Colin that you've seen here today. I think we've had some fun. Come back and see what we do next for this language family, which we still have to name, right? We'll get around to that. But anyway, like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.